on the live stream, and it's been a while since you've been on since you've done an episode. What was the last episode that you remember doing?
Was it that LGBT thing?
I don't remember. But we've been doing some live stream on Facebook. And what was your last one that you did on Facebook? I think we talked about. I don't remember. There's been a lot going on in my. Just recently, we had. Dengue fever's been going on quite all over the place since December 2018 in the Republic of Palau, then over last month or 2 months ago over in the Marshall Islands, and then here in the FSM in the state of Yap, and then also in the U.S. colony of Guam. There's some cases now. I think they have about 10 confirmed cases, and finally, just this week, it was released that there is a suspected case here in Micronesia. So my whole thing about it was, and I did a podcast, and I probably do another podcast or something like that to follow up, but it's been going on since December 2018 from all over us, everywhere, not even Palau or Marshalls or I don't know about Yap, it hasn't been declared safe. We still have dengue alerts all across Micronesia. So I'm just wondering, when were they going to do the prevention and tell people, hey, start doing this or beware, right?
Right.
What do you think?
Well, cases of dengue fever as of recently have been going on since last year in places like Palau, and I'm also pretty sure.
Yeah, Marshalls.
Marshalls.
Wow.
Yep. It's been going on ever since last year, and in the Marshalls, it's in the hundreds already.
Well, I think the last situation report I saw, they had about 183 confirmed, something like that, and 600 some unconfirmed or suspected cases with 180 some confirmed. So I mean, it's not, in the Marshalls they stopped inter-island travel, and in over in Yap they actually stopped public school for a while. So it's not like small little things. It's not like the flu. These are things that are, they actually change the way people do business every day.
Yeah, and in my own personal opinion, I think because it's not just in Micronesia, but it's also some reports, some articles from news outlets in the Philippines that as of recently, hundreds of children have already died from dengue fever, and that should have already clicked.
It's close to us.
It should have clicked in our health, in our government's head. Hey, we should be seriously prepared. But now, just this week, we have to find out that there's a suspected dengue case, and it's very interesting because from what I know, the suspected case has been known since October 3rd to notify the public until 4 days later, which is.
I think they were trying to figure out, but they still haven't figured out. They released it. They released information without even confirming it was. So they said that the lab results, they would send the test over to Guam for confirmation. So they, it's not like they didn't have to they weren't waiting for confirmation, because they sent out the sample and then they informed the public without the confirmation yet. So
I think I read the report. It said local lab tested positive, but they're sending the sample to Guam for cross reference, because in these type of situations it's always best to get cross references.
Yeah, but I know for a fact that there is a network of health departments across the Pacific that feeds each other, lets each other know what's going on. So it's not like they didn't know in December or 3 months ago or the beginning of the year or whenever that these things were happening. I know for a fact that they know every time something pops across the Pacific, all Pacific health departments are made aware. So my only question is, why weren't they like doing, sort of awareness or getting people, ready?
That's what I was saying earlier. Because if they're having these cases happening all over Southeast Asia, we should probably be prepared that it might be coming our way.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. It's just I'm just sort of amazed that we had to wait for you know an actual case, possible case, had to actually show up here in our on our shores before any sort of preparation or awareness started. Even though, like I said, since December of 2008, and on all sides, from the east, from the west, from up north, coming down, we're surrounded by dengue cases. So I mean, if I was a healthcare professional or even a government official, I would be thinking about the safety of my people and getting somehow some preparation. But I don't even know if they had even formed any sort of task force or groups or even talked about it. I seriously doubt it.
Well, interestingly enough, I did call Department of Health the day the uh, the statement was released, and what I was told was a pretty generic and pretty basic response, which is whatever they said in the statement is whatever they know, and there is a task force, but the person or who I'm guessing the organization is not fully aware of the extent or educational reach that the task force has.
So
or
they're doing
will
nothing.
have.
So basically, they're doing nothing. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, I think your right is here. So we're gonna cut it short. We'll do another one. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, I like about Facebook.